All right, and welcome back to the Loft Tapes. My name is Jordan,
My name's Lucas.
and I believe this is episode 13.
13.
13.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
episode 13 of season 2. That leaves us with, well, we're trying to aim for 20.
So 7 more.
Yeah. Yeah. Which will take us into the summer, I think. No, well, no, it won't.
To May.
Like May.
Sometime in May.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just before you get into like that summer working months and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a bit delayed today, but hopefully it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have another power outage. Hopefully, oh my god, knock on wood.
That was hilarious.
Ah, man. So let's start. I mean, I know we say this every time it happens, but and it's become less of us apologizing for why we can't release an episode on a week, and more of us just accepting that that's life, and we're both students and working at the same time, and will be working. So it's like we're sorry. We always want to release an episode,
Mm-hmm.
but even when it's virtual, you're gonna run into some difficulties, and school is a full-time job in itself, and it takes up a lot of your time. So but Jordan came on and showed a sexy face last week to let you guys know that
What's that new
oh, the new
you're
trend.
talking I just looked in the camera too. I was like,
I guess that's the thumb. No, we did that for the thumbnail
no.
last week. Oh man. But
You know who's been doing that a lot too? Out
who?
of nowhere? Desi. He'll be randomly sending in videos and
Mm,
then of him just like doing his regular
yeah.
thing at home. And he's
Yeah.
like,
That's the new trend, I guess. But so what's happened in the past week? Well, uh
school.
International Women's Day.
Oh, and we
Um
lost sleep tonight or last
daylight
night.
savings or daylight, yeah. Daylight savings, I guess it's what's called.
Daylight,
Um
yes, because you're saving the daylight.
Thanks, Jordan. Thank you.
Right.
Um yeah, so that kind of fucked me today because I went to bed really late last night, and then I was waking up this morning and I was like, I'm gonna need an extra hour. And Jordan's like, yeah, okay. And then you text me like, you're like, yo, I thought it was 8 o'clock. Now it's like,
Yeah.
so
But the funny thing is, my laptop had the right time, but my
yeah,
phone didn't.
right.
Like right now, my phone says it's 9:14, but it's actually
Mm,
10:14.
right. Yeah. My roommates are gonna wake up because I adjusted all the clocks. So my roommate's gonna wake up and be like, what the fuck? What? How is it already like 2 in the afternoon?
I'm late. Shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, what are they late for? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Man. Like here it's just you do school all day. Everybody goes their own separate ways for the majority of the time, and then at nighttime we all come together. Like that's just the way it goes with our roommates and student stuff. It's just like
Yeah.
nighttime's for the boys, if you want to say that, and day is just kind of like we obviously hang out, but it's like you got people grinding, so
Yeah.
me included. But you were saying earlier before we started recording that you've had a crazy week.
Yeah. We're reaching so not the final mark, but like you're kind of once you get like to that 3/4 mark of the
Yeah,
semester, you
yeah,
usually stumble upon when the teacher's not like on purpose, but
right.
like you find all these assignments are just due next week,
Yeah, I hear you.
right? And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for each class too, right? It's like
yeah.
these huge assignments, and then it's just like it's just all scrambled at this time.
You would think after years, from a professor's perspective, you think after years of teaching the same course, you would find a more efficient way to space out the course load, like to space out the projects,
Right.
because it always feels like you're working, gradually, and then the last month or last 3 weeks is like, by the way, you have like several hundred things due,
Yeah.
and they're all due on the same time, same day.
Yeah. And then, but like they talk about it at the start of the semester, like
Yeah.
as if it's like it's going to be a big thing,
Mhm.
but it may be our fault for not actually like
Looking at
looking
the
ahead. But like with students, like we can only focus in the moment. It's like
Well,
we
that's the
can't.
thing, right? Like when they say look at the syllabus, I look at the syllabus.
Right.
Do I read every fine print detail? No.
No, you
So
skim it.
yeah, so it's like maybe there was something there I missed, but
Right.
again, a lot of the time it's always just like, hey, can I have help with this project? Oh, refer to the syllabus, refer to the project brief. It's like, okay, well, I'm asking a question that doesn't have that stuff on it. Like, it's just like,
Right. It's also harder doing that over
yeah,
Zoom.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can't really ask the questions
Yeah,
you
man.
could have in person.
Yeah. But you've been keeping up the workouts I've seen. You know, you've made time for
Yeah.
that still, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, you're actually putting some time and effort into your Manta Athletics there, which is a good
I
start.
know, right? You see that
Yeah.
on the wall that you
Oh,
created?
yeah, yeah. So, I don't know if I guess if you guys follow Jordan's athletic account, he what's that called again? It's just a
Just
wall.
what?
The actual is a sticker, like decal.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
a
call that?
decal, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah.
I don't really know
So
what it is, but
he took my logo and had it. I don't even know how you the process of doing that, but you had it printed high
yeah.
definition, and you just have it on your wall now, which is absolutely sick.
Yeah.
So
It's just like a massive
every time
sticker.
I see you post, I'm like, oh,
Ah,
oh, that's me.
this is
That's my
my
work.
artwork.
Yeah,
I need to sign it.
yeah. Um. Okay, so other news. Oh, I'm wearing overalls.
Yes. You want to talk about that?
So okay, I don't want to get into detail. The most I'll say, because I'm sure people are like, "Yo, is Lucas wearing overalls right now?" The most I'm gonna say is I can't take them off, and that we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna leave
Yeah.
it there.
Okay.
Think about it as a, even though it's not, think about it as like a dare or yeah, just think about it as a dare for now. Yeah,
Okay.
I just can't take them off.
Right.
So something happened. I'm not allowed to take them off, or else my roommates would be very upset with me. So I'm gonna take a sip.
Just take a sip. Change the subject. Fuck that.
Yeah. Um. Other than that, oh, I was gonna say something else along with it. Okay,
Well,
so
I got something on my mind,
oh,
but
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Say something.
I think this is just for our side of the friend group. I don't know
Right,
if that's
right,
even really
right, right.
showed. But what are your take on ear holes?
Ear holes.
I,
Oh, oh, okay. So there's some background here. I think there's some background here. I think we have to
There's a
get out of
lot
the.
of background.
Yeah, we gotta get this out of the way. This was like a our friend group from home conversation, and
Yeah.
and it was Desi had said you can't even
I don't
Desi.
even feel
Yeah,
comfortable talking
no,
about
I know. Like this is on YouTube for the world. Okay,
yeah.
so Desi had sent us a video of like it was like a TikTok, I guess, of a girl like
It was a short video.
short video, yeah, and it was like a girl with spacers,
Yeah.
I guess, and
My term,
no.
ear hole.
It was like you know, so when they take the spacer out, their
Yeah.
ear stays stretched, so it looks like just like dangly, whatever,
Yeah.
and what she was doing is she was using her like ear holes to put her hair through it to make like
Yeah.
ponytails. I thought it was super strange. And what was he saying? He's like, I why do I no, I don't even want to like
I don't even want to
I don't
say
want to even
it.
throw him under the bus like that. But like essentially the conversation was how do you feel about
Ear
I
holes.
guess body modifications or
Yeah. Okay.
spacers in general, right?
Yeah.
Like how does it make you feel?
Like for I think like small ones are fine because they don't really have like so much of a
Hmm.
impact when you take them out.
Yeah.
But with this girl, and no offense to you, like whatever you
Hmm.
want, you
Hmm.
can have obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like this thing I was at least an inch and a half diameter. You know what I
It
mean?
was
And
very long and dangly.
like it was the
Yeah.
size of her actual ear,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And I
Yeah.
was just like, wow, like that is almost dedication. Like
Yeah. Like it's I don't do they ever go back to normal? I don't think they do.
I don't you could probably get surgery.
Right. Oh, true, true. Yeah. But still,
Yeah.
is it really worth it to like cuz I don't know, it's same it's like same with tattoos. If you go into a tattoo saying, "Oh, but I can get this removed." It's like you're going in for the wrong reasons.
Right. Like I can't imagine someone our age getting a spacer like that and then
Yeah.
look back 50 years from now
Yeah.
when they're old and kind of like saggy skinned, everything,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
it's just like it just drooped another inch or something.
Right. Yeah, we were just yeah, we were just going off. We were just like joking about
A lot of things, but
the weirdest things that I don't even know if I feel comfortable talking about,
no.
to be honest. But
Yeah.
um, you know, I think I'm in the same boat. It's like I'm an advocate for everybody being able to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, it's very creative.
Yeah, like absolutely. If you find that body modifications is your route, then take it. Like absolutely
Yeah.
pursue that. Um, I think those horns that you can get look pretty cool.
What do you mean?
You
Horns?
can get like horns installed in your head or something. Well, wasn't it Little Uzi Vert who got like an amethyst gemstone, like engraved
Yeah,
$24 million
right there.
gemstone just ingrained in his head?
Yeah, he was like, I just got your house on my forehead
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah, no, like everybody's house, like $24 million.
Yeah,
So yeah. Anyways, so
or something like that.
I'm down with it. If you wanna, I think my least favorite, if I had to choose a least favorite, it's probably the spacers. But again, least favorite is also, I don't mean it
Yeah,
as like, hey, if you have spacers, I dislike you. It's
right.
just
And do
like
you know
it's
what's
just
so funny?
what?
Or go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
Or
say it's just like I was gonna like okay. um
yeah,
yeah, like do what you want. There's always gonna be somebody who's opinion, but the point is you look past that and you go with the route you want to take. That's all I can say.
yeah. And the funny thing about body modification is that every year it's changing. So it's like
Right.
spacers are my least favorite right
Mm.
now, but like,
Yeah.
who knows what 5 years from now and what they're gonna do to their
Yeah. Like
body? Like,
like oh, actually that reminds me of something. I can forget that. Um yeah, you could technically call tattoos and piercings a body modification.
yeah,
You're modifying
like,
parts of your body to have different, like in tattoos case, you're modifying the skin
yeah,
to have a different appearance,
yeah. That's
right?
all you're doing.
Piercings, you're modifying your nose to have a fucking diamond in it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
gangster.
anyways, that yeah, so I think that's where I stand with that. It's just like you
It's
can,
across the board.
yeah, yeah, like whatever makes you happy, pursue it. If you want to tattoo your eyeball blue, like
Fucking
I'm gonna have my opinions about that, but
contact
I'm
your
not gonna be
physician.
like, ew, fucking, like, no, like you're an adult, hopefully making that. I mean, you think you have to be to make that decision,
Yeah.
and
Just make sure you don't go
you know,
blind.
well, there's a big chance of that. So people take
Yeah.
risks when they're tattooing their eyeballs.
Yeah.
But
I'm not willing to take that risk. That's
I
crazy.
was yeah, see, so I was trying to think about things that's happened in the past 2 weeks, not even just in our lives, but in general news. Um,
Man.
Microsoft. Have you heard of this? You know where I'm going with this?
Um, is it to do with Joe Rogan? Because I watched a Joe Rogan episode on it. Something
Maybe,
about
maybe.
Microsoft.
So Microsoft just released, I guess, a week ago now because we were 2 weeks late. But ooh, ding, mixing
It's
his
my
tea,
tea.
mixing his tea over there. Okay,
I'm gonna take a sip, you know?
yeah. So Microsoft recently released the upcoming, I guess, trailer, I guess if you want to call it that, or announcement for a new product called Microsoft Mesh. So Microsoft Mesh is essentially it's a visor or glasses of some sort. Again, I didn't do my research. I'm going straight off this is my initial reaction to the announcement trailer. From what I saw, it's a visor or a glass that comes down over your head. Um, like those, like like fucking futuristic as hell, right? And
Is it kind of like this may be so off topic, but like COVID screens? Do you know like COVID mask screens? Is it
okay,
like
yeah, like kind of, but they're not as full face. It's just the eyes.
just the eyes? Okay.
And
So yeah, visors.
essentially, this is from, I guess, just my thoughts from the trailer. Didn't do any research. Um, essentially, if two people are wearing the visor at the same time, it can be anywhere in the world.
I can already see where
You
this is
see a
going.
full hologram of the other person in real time.
It,
Yeah. So you could be. So the trailer showed like this. There's people around a table. One person who's real, collaborating. There was two other people that were holograms.
oh,
Holograms from a different, like China or a different city. I think it was China,
oh
and
my god.
they're all collaborating around the same desk.
Have you? Oh my god. Keep going.
Yeah, and on top of that, it doesn't just augment people; it augments things. So they were working on this architectural desk, and there was buildings, holograms like of buildings that you could spin around. It was complete Iron Man
So
shit.
yeah.
Complete Tony Stark. Like,
And do you know the movie The Kingsman?
yes.
Do you know they're sitting at the table, they put on the glasses and they could see every
Oh,
official?
every person. That's essentially it. Yeah,
That's essentially it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's we're there. We're there.
That's insane.
So again,
Holy
that's just my initial reaction from the trailer. But I would say
that is
after this,
school. That's
that's
gonna be
that's
school.
dude, that's gonna be school. mind you, they're going to be expensive as fuck. Like they're not going to become. People are saying in the comments like, "Well, I'll believe it when I see it," right?
Right, that's true
And
actually.
yeah, it's cool and all, but how much is it going to cost too, right? Like,
But you
and
if you have funding from the government, that might
yeah,
be
and you know what? Like, it's one of those things that I feel like eventually will become like the next. You know, every like school, public school has like Chromebooks. It's gonna be like the next Chromebook. Like everybody's gonna get a visor.
yeah, and I
Right.
mean, it's almost like VR too with video games, like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. So,
I don't
man,
know.
it's just that's insane. I don't know where they're headed with that, but from what I saw
I'd
in that,
buy it. I'd easily buy that.
but from what
That's
I saw in the
amazing.
announcement trailer, man, it is changing the game. Now, it's
100%.
not the same as Google Glass. It's not. Google Glass came out a few years ago or announced a few years ago. I don't actually know if they ever came out, but um,
That's just where you can see, like, the weather
it's
and
where you could
stuff.
like see things augmented in your vision, like as right.
Yeah.
Same kind of idea, but this is legitimately two people, separate parts of the world, being able. And you know what? I don't think it shows your whole body, but maybe it starts to like augment your upper half, right? Like that's what I'm curious about. I'm like, is it okay? Like, how is it going to show your whole body?
That's what I was gonna say is, like, is there, like, a camera in front of you
Well,
that, like
there must be like a camera pointing, like a
yeah,
full body camera, like I don't know,
because with
man.
VR, you have to have, like, that,
Or yeah,
thing.
or you know, you might have to set up a camera ahead of time, and then you have to just
Uh,
stay within the range of the camera,
yeah. Like, you, like,
which
standing
is fine. Like that's more than we've ever been able to accomplish.
yeah.
Think about everything that humans are creating that we're going to be alive for. It's insane. This is going to be one of the biggest jumps since World War II.
Oh, 110%. Another thing, I don't know if you keep up with sorry if you heard that,
Oh
but
yeah, no worries.
uh, if you keep track of Elon Musk, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if you've seen his new like prototype to how they're going to land their rockets.
mm, yeah,
So he came up with a thing that when it comes down, do you know how
yeah.
like it's like launching as it's landing?
Right, right.
So they have this thing where it's going to catch the rocket and bring it down safely instead
Oh,
of it
okay,
just landing
okay.
on like pongs or
Right.
whatever they are.
That's sick. That's freaking sick.
Yeah. Like that's insane. Catching a rocket out of the air.
That's how do you even do that? Like, how do you
How do
catch
you
a
even think of
rocket,
that?
man? I don't,
Like
how do you
it's pretty sick. Like it's just
listen?
like a
They
clamp.
are they are also Elon Musk. Is he still? Did he beat Jeff Bezos, or I think he lost it again?
So it's back and forth, I think. So I
Yeah,
think so Jeff Bezos was in the lead and then Elon Musk took over and then it bounced back and then I'm not too sure
and he
right
lost it
now, but
again.
I think Elon Musk is again the richest man.
Oh, is he again? Okay,
Like they're
okay,
like very close to each other. They're always like
right,
ahead, behind.
right. Oh, before I even get into my topics, I think we can't go ahead without talking about this. I was looking on my phone for. I was like, I hope some story comes up that'll trigger this. Did you hear about? Know about? Do you have you read about the interview between the Royals and Oprah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what have you heard? Like just
I
briefly before I get into it. Like, have you
s
heard the whole thing? Have you?
no, well, I've watched like certain clips. So
Okay, did you hear about the Pierce Morgan?
I don't even know who that
Okay,
is.
okay, he's that British guy who makes a living off of criticizing other people, essentially.
Okay.
Okay, so
Awesome job. Nice.
yeah, I think it was last Sunday. There was an interview between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I believe that's her name. And Oprah Winfrey. And I always thought that was silly, right? Like, why did they get Oprah to do it? I guess
And it
maybe
turns out
because,
she was the perfect person for it.
yeah, I guess she was just, you know, I think there's a few factors.
No one could talk back at her, really.
Well, really, it's Oprah, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna think, if you think about a talk show host, maybe not, people born after, I don't know. I think everybody alive today knows Oprah. Let's be honest.
Oh, people will know Oprah
Yeah,
for decades.
like if you were obviously born after she stopped
Yeah, she's
doing her.
gonna be in history books. Like she's
Oh yeah,
gonna.
yeah. So Oprah, anyways, not only as a woman of color, but as one of the probably the most essential talk show hosts of our of human history, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, she really
Um,
changed the game.
so you know, like, can you imagine if Ellen did that? No,
Yeah, well, not anytime soon.
no, like Ellen couldn't have done that. Like Jimmy Fallon couldn't have fucking done that.
No, not that it goes.
Like when you want to have an interview with the Royals, you're gonna get Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
So anyways, a lot was said. A lot was said. And I think some of the most crucial bits that came about that, and this, if I had known a massive effect, just like a wave that this would cause, it's been insane this week. Like I've been keeping up with it, and people like, I'll get into that later. But anyways, so some things were being said. Megan was coming in. We thought she was Canadian, but she's actually from California. So she had
Oh,
come into this royal family. She was an actress. She had come into this royal family as essentially an outsider, as a woman of color, as someone who wasn't of English descent, right? Because even Kate, I think Kate was even English. Like Kate was English.
yeah.
So and previously before that, you had heard that Prince Harry and Meghan had moved. Actually, I think they moved to Canada or something. They had to
Yeah.
get away from the royal family, right? They went like excommunicado from the royal family, right? So
Yeah, I forget where they went, but it was
yeah,
actually somewhere close to here,
and
I think.
and we got answers as to why. So they were just speaking their truth for, you know, it doesn't matter what the truth is. Well, it does matter what the truth is, but what I'm saying is, at the time of them speaking about it on Oprah's interview, they were just speaking from their perspectives of what they faced. That's all. So it doesn't go further than that. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just simply describing the situation for those who haven't heard
Yeah.
about it. Um, and essentially, one of the major points, first of all, racism was brought up. The topic of race was brought up, and I think this is the first time that anybody's got a taste of well, first of all, the royal family's affairs in general, right? Like, and understanding that Megan had witnessed possibly an act of racism within the royal family group, and they don't know who. Um, so I think it was kind of voted out that the queen is not a racist. You know, in
Okay.
fact, Megan was saying that the queen was very kind to her at her time staying there, or for her time staying there, and so we don't know who. People have been speculating all week, but they had a son, Archie, right? Prince Harry and
Oh,
Meghan.
I didn't even know they had a
They had a son
kid
named
yet.
Archie. He's young.
Okay.
He's like, I don't even know if he's a year old yet. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
um, and it was I think before the baby was born, they had a somebody in the royal family had a conversation with Meghan saying, "Hey, depending on the skin color of your baby, he's not going to be considered like royalty. He's not going to be able to not going to be able to be a prince." Right? So she just threw that bomb at and Oprah was like, are you what?"
Hey, that's the part I saw
Yeah,
too.
what?
Oprah was just like, "You
Oprah was
serious?"
Oprah like, and the thing is, in Oprah's position, she she's hearing that like there and then, right? She's just like,
Yeah.
who? Huh?
Like,
Right? So
who
so
spilled the tea?
who spilt the tea? Yeah. So there's been memes lately of the queen like going on YouTube and being like breaking my silence or something, like
Right.
my
Right.
apology video. But like I think it was said that the queen was innocent of that. But yeah, so you know, and are you surprised? Let's like, this is what I was saying to my roommates. Are we surprised?
I'm honestly not.
No, they're old as fuck. Prince Philip, man, he's on 1 HP. Like that guy is consistently just like, I saw memes and it was like had a successful heart, whatever, and they're like, yo, let the poor man die. Like he's getting up there. He looks decrepit as shit.
Mhm.
Like he's, you know, they probably have to reincarnate him every morning. Like,
Oh, shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like this guy's old as shit.
Reincarnated. Oh.
So they're from a time where, I mean,
Of slavery.
old people are racist. I mean, it's just a matter of fact. Like obviously they're getting better, But if you're old as fuck,
Yeah.
you're pretty much racist. If you're not from a major big city and you have like 25 grandchildren who are all activists, like you're gonna be slightly racist. You were born in a generation where that was
Yeah.
considered or considerably more okay than it is now.
Especially
Um,
with vocabulary.
yeah, because
Like,
it's not okay at all right now.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, and just in terms of like you're saying, vocabulary, whatnot. So I think I'm not surprised at all if it came out that breaking news: the Queen and King Philip or whatever I don't think he's a prince still. man's like a fucking walking corpse and he's still a prince. Never even got to be. Anyways, sorry. Um, yeah, and if it comes out the racist, I'm here like, wow, we should
Yeah.
have known. And you're gonna have a lot of people, particularly maybe the British, who have strong opinions against that. They're like, no, like they're not racist, right? Like we don't. But and then it's like, okay, well, you have if that ever did come out, which it kind of essentially did already, thanks to that interview. But what happens next?
Yeah.
They're not gonna say break the monarchy. They're not gonna say fuck kings and queens. Like I think they're gonna just hope that the successors, and then it plays into conspiracy. Like, oh, are they gonna have
Right.
something happen? Right?
Right. And I think the thing was that uh they didn't bring up any investigations as to who it was.
No, they didn't
Right? They
peep.
didn't really
No, they didn't even
attempt
peep.
to find
Yeah.
who was doing that.
No, they didn't even like. Yeah. Again, they didn't bring up anything. So, um, now I'm saying all this without actually even watching the full interview. It's been a busy week, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it because I think that's nuts. I think that interview was the start of something in my head. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that alone could stand as the end of the monarchy.
You think?
Dude, this generation will not stand for racists. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
The minute the Commonwealth turns against you, what's royalty mean? What's royalty
Yeah.
mean? You're
But
only
they're
yeah.
so wealthy. Like,
Oh, they could do whatever they want.
yeah, that's
Whatever
the
they
thing
want.
that like is
Yeah.
is kind
But
of
I don't know. I
terrifying.
just I just feel like if the world turns against you,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The only way that the kings and queens thing works is if you have the general public adoring you.
Hmm.
They have to adore you. Think about it in history. If a king lost the trust and hope of his commonwealth, then they would betray him,
Yeah.
right? So you know what? I don't know. I just feel like something's gonna come from this. But
Yeah, like how does that come about? Like I know you like when you're a king, you kind of pass down to your descendants and
so
they
here's the
you're
thing, and this is where it gets all muddled, and I don't even know this, but like some of the babies are gonna be a prince before like Prince Harry for like who's like 40, 30 something. I don't know how old he is. But so like there's babies that are ahead of him.
right.
Right? Prince Philip, the old fucking guy, is still a prince. Like he's married to the queen. Why isn't he a king?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's confusing. And I don't know the ins and outs of royalty. I don't.
No, because like it just passes down to your descendants and it keeps going
Yeah.
through like the
Yeah.
family tree or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like how does that change in our modern age? You know, like obviously the past times it was kind of like warfare. I
Mm,
take your kingdom
yeah.
if we win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Seriously.
like if it comes to that, like what would be the change now? Like
Well,
how
that's what
would
I'm
that,
saying.
you
Like,
know?
like you, it, because now you're looking at a country that has both monarchy, but are I would, they don't call the shots anymore,
No.
right? They still have a parliament there. You got what's his name? Fucking Boris Johnson.
Oh,
The
I don't even
yeah,
know.
um. So I don't even think they call the shots. Like I don't know if maybe some things have to be brought, passed from or passed through them, but I don't think they're making any decisions anymore. They're just living their life, like
Right.
right. Like, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, anyways, we're gonna move on because I don't want to.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in this topic, um, I think we'd be
Check
more
it
than
out.
happy to have a full,
Discussion.
uncut discussion on that. Yeah. But until that time, um, let's keep going with this with the stuff that we had planned for this episode. So, a few things on my behalf that I wanted to bring up. First of all, as you guys all know, I'm in school for architecture, and I had recently applied to go abroad for studies, and I actually just got accepted to study on an exchange in Sweden in the winter of 2022. So, thank you, Jordan. Um, so, I mean, that's equally terrifying and exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's been a long process trying to just figure out what campus I want to go to, what course I want to take, because the freaking website doesn't even translate to English. And I've been
Oh, what?
no, but like, and I'm actually very surprised of how much I actually understand in that language. Um, just over my years of, I guess, wanting to go there or wanting to kind of learn other, like I've always wanted to learn other languages, but
Right.
I've exposed myself enough to Swedish that I'm actually starting to know some of it, which is I think is awesome.
Right.
And but yeah, the whole thing's in fucking Swedish. So they're like, oh,
Especially
apologies.
the reading part.
Yeah, so I sent them an email. I was like, hey, and they're like, oh yeah, like we have an English website, but unfortunately that specific page where the courses are doesn't translate.
Oh my god.
So I'm here with my Google Translate. Like Google Lens is a app that you hold your phone up and it translates a page, right?
So
So
good for our phones.
yeah, right. So I'm there like, like trying to read these. So I'm writing them all down in my book. I'm like, okay, this is the ecology course. Okay, this is what it's about. This is how many credits. And first of all, their credit system is different than ours. So I don't even know if they're going to transfer to my school here. So
Right.
it's been a task, but I have no doubt it's going to be an insane experience. And I've never been away from home for 6 months in a different country
No.
alone. Like that's so I'm in a way I'm testing myself, testing my
Yeah.
ability to be an adult and be a functioning. I feel like I'm going to come back from that experience and be much better for it. Just
Yeah.
different individual.
And I mean, you've been like living out of home for a while now, but you've always kind of like had that second resort to go to whenever
I
you
always
need.
have it. If there's anything,
Yeah.
I
It's
I
not
got
like yeah,
if
now you
but
can't
now
just
I'm on
take
my
a
own.
plane
Like
home.
I gotta dude, it's like 15 hours. I gotta
Right.
or 12 hours. I gotta if any decision has to be thought out on my own terms. I get there, I'm alone. Like I get
Yep.
there, I have to find a way to get to the city, get to the campus, right? And phones make that so much easier. I'll just okay, where's the train station? Walk to the train station. Okay, I'll get an Uber, right? Like,
Right.
um, so, but something I think I'm the most nervous for is just I've heard that, um, well, I don't like it either, but I don't Swedes I don't think like small talk. In fact, I think it translates to dead talk over there. So
Does it actually?
I think so, yeah. Um, and I don't like small talk either, but I mean, I just hope that I can connect with the peoples and the culture, and that's why I'm trying to learn the language because I think anyone, even if they all speak English there, will appreciate that I tried to
Right.
speak in their language, right? It just connects you better with locals and connects you, right? So, anyways, it's been a process. I have more episodes to touch on that because it's still a while away.
Yeah.
But um, so I sent the school is SLU. It stands for something. So it's Swedish, well, blah blah university.
Landscape.
Yeah. We'll just say that, sure.
Okay.
So I was trying to figure out courses and stuff, and I was stressed out. So I was like, I'm gonna send him an email. So I go to the SLU site and I grab an email and I send him an email and I'm like, hey, like I'm debating whether going to this school or this school. Like, can you guys help me out and see blah blah blah. So a few days go by and I get an email back, and it was a really confusing email. They're like, hey, we don't know what you're talking about, but we have plenty of courses to choose from if you want to get in touch with someone. Here's our contact information. I'm like, what? Like those are prominent cities in your country. Like, how do you not know what they are? So then I go
Yeah.
down to
What?
I go down to where they signed, and it was SLU, the St. Louis Jesuit University in Missouri.
Oh my gosh.
So it was
How long did you spend?
so it was SLU.
So that was a waste of like 3 days or something.
Bro, what a waste of 3 days. Like I got it back and they're like, and I remember this one person followed up for, like, I guess they forwarded emails to each other, and they followed up saying, "We do not have those schools. I don't come here." But like the one before that was like, "Hey, congratulations to coming to our religious university." I'm like, oh god.
Oh man, bro, imagine
Uh,
if you accepted. Oh my god.
Saint, can you imagine if that actually happened through the school? Like I got accepted to the St. Louis Jesuit University in Missouri.
Man,
Uh,
complete opposite.
like, mom, I guess I'm going to Missouri.
Missouri. I fucked up.
Man, but that was just, I felt pissed because I was like, I just wasted 3 days of waiting for a response. So now I sent another email and nobody's gotten back to me yet. I'm like, oh, fucking great. So I'm hoping this week people get back to me. But um, yeah, I thought that was a really funny mix up. I thought that was a really funny mix up. I should have just, it was my fault because I should have known that the email had .se is the Swedish, so .com is like, .ca, .se, and it was .edu, like education.
Right.
So it was, yeah, I fucked up.
Oh well.
But
Damn.
yeah, man. Bro, it's fucked. Um, besides that, I feel like I have this every week, but I have more dreams for you guys.
Oh my gosh.
So actually, last night's dream was ridiculously sick, and I've had this dream before. It's a recurring dream now. Like yesterday, planted it that it's a recurring dream. I think I know what I want my dream house to look like. Like I made it in my head,
Okay.
and it's I walked like I don't remember how the fuck I got there, but it's always the same occurrence. And I get into this place, and I don't know it's my house until I walk into the house.
So you walk out of the house.
Yeah, like until I like just like I don't. First of all, I don't realize that was my subconscious, designing a house that I wanted. But because when I'm in the dream, it's other people's houses. It's always other people's houses. And I wake up, I'm like, no, that's literally my house. Like, that's my head creating that, right? So, anyways, I think it's really really cool how my brain. I'm honestly thinking I'm gonna draw it after this.
Do it.
But my brain comes up with this 3-story house idea, and it's freaking amazing. And like think about it, like your brain is coming up with things that you like the most and putting it together, right? So if you like this design aspect, you like this design, it's putting it together in your head to create an actual house.
Right.
I think it's sick. I think
Yeah.
it's sick.
Yeah, and especially it's
You know?
even seeing your reaction to it in your dream too. It's kind of
Yeah.
just like this is somewhat too real.
It's
Like it's hard to explain.
it's so strange, man. Like how does your brain take different constructs, different ideas, and organize them to create like a package deal, like to create
And yeah, and into a storyline.
and into a story. Like there was obviously a very clear story behind the house. It was everything was furnished. Like there wasn't one thing out of place.
Right.
I remember some of the sculptures.
It's my dogs.
Oh yeah. They have like a little yapper. They have a yapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're just playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know if I've ever told. Have I ever told the predator dream that I had?
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell it?
That was like 2 episodes ago. I think you told that story.
Yeah,
but
that's the insane thing. It's like, how do you incorporate this random ass storyline?
Yeah.
Into just like this, like almost. It's probably like a 2-hour scene.
Well, that's what I'm
saying. But it was
right?
like you only remember like 20-second scene.
Yeah. That's it too, right? Yeah. But and then on top of that, there's the other dream. Fuck, my phone keeps going off. I'm gonna put it away. Okay, on top of that, there's this other dream that I told you. I called you about this dream. Oh, actually, I didn't call you for this. I didn't call you about the dream, but I called you for another reason I couldn't remember, so I told you the dream.
Oh
this
yeah,
is, this is like last week, right? So this one's fucked with me all week, and I wanted to tell it because it's like it's up there with Taylor Swift, I think. If you guys remember that episode. So you obviously remember the Taylor Swift dream.
Oh,
right?
I love it.
Okay. So it's you, Desi.
Oh my god.
It's you, Desi, A
Steve
guy
is
that
not there again.
no, Stephen's not there again. Man, Steve, I don't know why you're not in my dreams. So it's you, Desi, a guy from my school,
Okay.
and myself. And we're going on this field trip to visit a site that I guess we're designing um, in a different city. So we all got on this bus and we're driving. And I guess we're like a friend group, like the four of us. And Steve was just switched out with some guy from my school. So
Oh, I remember
um
this trip.
and yeah, and we get to the site and it's like this, it's packed with tourists, right? Like I guess it's just like a park, right? And we're like, oh, okay, well, the teachers are like, okay, you have an hour, go explore, go investigate, kind of like when we went to Europe, just go do your own thing.
Yeah, I was actually gonna mention. You know what that reminds me of? Is when we went to go see Stonehenge.
Mhm.
Like it's very similar to that
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. So we're going our separate ways. We're looking. We're like we spent like maybe a few minutes like actually taking measurements of stuff, but then because we're all in my program too, by the way, we're all in my program.
Yeah.
So then we see this bike shop and we're like, bro, that looks sick as fuck. And again, brains are weird because I created an entire logo of this bike shop and its interior in my head. I have it in my head. I know what it looks like. So we go to this bike shop. We're looking around. It's like Apple of bikes, right? Like it's just like super authentic,
Super
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 prestigious. Yeah.
clean.
So we're like, oh, this is sick, sick. All of a sudden, we get like I guess a phone call or something. Hey, you have like 30 minutes, like, or like, no, like maybe like, yeah, 30 minutes. So go, if you have to go to the washroom, now's your chance. So we're like, this is where it gets fucked. Like it sounds normal right
Yeah,
now.
that's so
It
fun.
sounds very normal right now. So this park, again, packed with tourists. By the way, it's COVID, so like, why did my brain do that? Anyways, packed with tourists. This park only had not one bathroom, one stall. So it was a building, but it only had one door, one stall, and the stall was guarded by a bodyguard.
Right.
And the
As a
bodyguard,
lot of places in
and
Europe
the
are.
bodyguard,
Or
are they? And the
no, they
body,
actually are. Yeah.
are they? And the bodyguard
Yeah.
had a stopwatch, and everybody was allotted 5 minutes to do their business
Yeah.
because the line was so fucking long. So we had 30 minutes to spare, and we're like, oh, we have to go to the washroom, right? So we're like, oh, look at the line though. You're like, yeah, we're gonna wait. So all right, so we're waiting in line. 30 minutes well past, like we missed our bus for sure, right? And we're moving, and the line's going, and the line's going. And as we're getting to the front of the line, and I remember there's people trying to like break into the stall, right? But the bodyguard was like stopping them. And we get to the front of the line,
That is
and
so chaotic. Like
right?
that is,
It's so chaotic. Like it's like a
it's
mob
like an
or yeah,
apocalypse or
it's like a
whatever.
mob or like a riot, right?
Yeah, trying to get
And
into a
yeah,
washroom.
yeah,
I'm
right,
gonna
yeah,
shit
into one
myself.
trying to get into one stall. Help! I'm gonna shit. And I can't believe this is a dream I have. Like this is fucked. The more I say it, I'm like, what the fuck, Lucas? And so my roommate, the guy from my school is going into the stall, and I peek in past the bodyguard, and dude, the stall's fucking nasty, bro. Like it's shit everywhere. There's piss on the floor. Like I was like, why is everybody wanting? And I'm thinking that's all happening because there's so many people in line and people are so frantic that they're just like, I guess, shitting everywhere, right? And of course we're all barefoot, so like I'm thinking like, oh shit, I have to step.
Of course.
Right, of
Of
course.
course, we're barefoot.
But the guy from my school just goes in. The bodyguard starts a timer. He's like, okay, yeah, yeah. And then he comes out, and it's like, okay, Lucas, you're up. And I'm like, oh fuck, I don't really want to step in that. I don't really want to step in that. So I go in, dude. The guy from my school not only managed to do his business in 5 minutes, but cleaned the whole fucking bathroom. All right, well, you're probably gonna see a quick cut. I ran out of disk space on my computer. I should have done that before the episode. It was foolish. I know. We're still trying to work out the kinks of all this stuff. But what I was saying, Jordan's gonna have to do those magician edits. Those like super quick cuts. Yeah. What I was saying is, so I was talking about the dream, and my my friend goes in, does whatever he needs to do, but comes out, cleans the whole fucking thing. Where did he get the stuff for that? I have no idea. Like, just cleans the whole thing. So like, I go in, I'm like, oh, this is fucking sick, right? So, and then, anyways, then you go in after me, and then I was like, yo, Des, you gotta go. Desi's like, nah, I just came to hang out. I'm like, okay,
All
fine.
right, bud.
So we all start walking back, and we're like, oh shit, we missed the bus. And then one of you guys was like, That's it. Like, I'm dropping out. Like, there's no point.
Just because
And,
you missed the bus.
and we're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Like, fuck this program. So then we go back to the bike shop. We're just perusing. We're like, fuck school. Like, we don't care anymore. We're rebellious. We dropped out. We essentially just all dropped out at the same time.
Right.
And because we missed the bus.
Because we just missed the bus.
Can you imagine if that was like what it was like in real life? You just like,
Fuck it. I'll take another time.
yeah.
I'll come back.
Screw that. I'm dropping out. So, anyways, so we go back to the bike shop and we're like looking around and stuff. And all of a sudden, the owner comes frantically running out and he's like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Throws the keys. You catch him. Throws the keys. And then we just all look at each other and we're like, yo, what just happened? He's like, I don't know. And next thing I know, we own it. We own the bike shop now. So we run a successful bike shop business. Like that's how the dream ends.
Like that. Like, I don't even understand like how that happens in your head. Like almost every week.
No, like every day, man, I have dreams like this. I just can't remember half of them, but every day I have crazy fucking dreams.
That's insane.
Oh, my
I don't
eyes so
understand
itchy.
it.
Ugh. Yeah,
Is it allergy season
I don't know, but this mic's probably got like
Almost.
some dust on it. Ugh. Okay.
from last spring?
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know when that happens. Anyways, yeah. So my head goes in weird directions. My head goes in
Yeah.
really weird directions, and I
Yeah.
don't understand it. But anyways, we're gonna leave it there. I think we're actually. I was just telling him before the audio cut out, like we're pretty much done the episode. It cut out right as we were finishing wrapping up.
Like
that
last
topic.
second.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, you blasted. Holy shit.
Woo.
You're like last second.
Damn. I don't know what's happening.
What? You're good. You're good. You're fine.
Yeah. All right.
You're fine, bro.
Okay. Why do we do this?
We always don't know how to end it, so we just start going off about everything, right? All right, guys. Well, this has been Jordan episode
13.
Yes, my name is Lucas.
My name's Jordan.
And of course, if you'd like to follow our social media, my Instagram is lucasmartins.6. That's LUCASMARTINS.6.
And mine's at Manta Athletics. MANTATHLETICS.
Woo! Go follow him. He's got some really good motivational stuff there. He's got a lot of nice workouts for you guys to try. And of course, on my end of things, you're gonna have everything from photos of me to photos of me and and the odd occasional singing video. But of course, in the time that between this episode or last episode, I had released a song.
Yeah. Oh yes, you did.
So my new song Somar is out on streaming platforms everywhere actually, and it's another piano piece. It's following my initial piece that I released in November called Anchorage, and it's a follow up to that. So if you like some calming piano, if you need something to study to, I highly recommend it. It's perfect for that. It's a nice little waltz. So please go check it out. It helped me out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. So besides that, of course, as per usual, if you'd like to follow the Loft Tapes, that's THELOFTTAPES. You could find us absolutely everywhere. Last week's episode 12, was a YouTube exclusive, so you're not going to find that on Spotify, but this episode will be on streaming platforms. Apple Music, wherever else you listen to podcasts.
YouTube, any.
Yeah, YouTube as well. Yeah. So essentially, choose what platform you like to watch on, and we're there.
Yep.
And of course, we have a Patreon. That's where you can find for a small fee, you can get some exclusive rewards depending on how much how dedicated you are to the podcast. And we have 3 tiers for you guys to check out. So I think Jordan's frozen. But I can wrap this up. He'll come back eventually. You know what's crazy too, guys? Like I don't ever notice. I'm talking so much that I don't notice Jordan's frozen face. And I think it's just classic. Hi, Jordan. Okay. I can wrap this up on my own then. Wow. So yeah, and of course we have a PayPal if you're ever feeling generous. Anything will help us, and all that money will go towards better equipment, the studio that I am building, and really just the progression of this podcast as a whole. So we're continuing to keep passionate for this. And he's just full up gone. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 13. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Sorry, Jordan.